Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and welcome to the Battleship Potemkast. I am your host, Captain Michael Cook, and with me as ever, a millennial so boring we didn't even have time to write a punchline, Rob Noakes.
Stoakes.
And a local cocaine cowboy communist comedian, Cree.
Hi.
How's it going, fellas?
Cocaine cowboy. Good, thank you.
Do you like how many C's I've got in your alliteration now?
Yeah.
I'm going for it. Next week there will be 7.
Ooh.
I don't know what I'm going to add. I'm running out of words, to be fair.
No. There are only so many words begin with the letter C. Notoriously.
Yeah, well, all those pages are stuck together in my dictionary.
Yeah.
My favourite words all begin with C. So anyway, you cunts, we're going to do some what we watched. Right, but before we get on with that, I do feel as though we need to address the death of a certain fictional character here on board the Battleship Potemkast.
Yeah.
For those of you who are keenly aware out there who heard last week's episode, will be saddened to hear of the death of Milton. Mm. And some of you might be saying, who's Milton? You didn't establish him at all. So, to those people, we say, we understand that, and taking influence from Game of Thrones recently, we're pleased to announce that Milton's fine. I just saw him having a coffee this morning in the mess hall.
It is. If we can't add character, we'll just add dramatic twists.
Yeah.
He's alive!
Oh, wow.
Turns out.
We're going to slowly...
Wait, does that mean we are all his dream? And he just in the shower like, it's all a dream. Hey, how are you doing? What?
Yeah. No, we don't have Dallas references on the Potemkast.
No, Dallance is in the mess hall.
Maybe it's like Lost, and we're like his airport. Yeah. And Milton came back, because that's where he comes back to when he dies, the most significant moment. And for some reason, we think that that's real time. But in our reality, we've actually gone back in time. I don't know.
Well, so you've just got to
I've gone too far.
In real time, we're in present time, but we're in the past. What?
That's kind of how it works, because this right now is in the future.
Right.
Anyway.
Time travelling again. As we call it, the Potemkast waiting.
Which is odd, because you're probably listening to this a week after we recorded it.
Yeah, only because you're too fucking slow to release them, Rob. I'm on you, boy. Right, so after addressing Milton... I've been watching some shit.
Good. I hope you've been watching some good stuff as well.
Some good stuff. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
I've managed to find 2 American horror films that weren't dog shit.
Blasphemy!
I know. After my recent bitching, the gods of movies have heard my calls and promptly released Hush and The Boy.
What, some of the new releases, have they?
They say 2016 on them on Netflix, so that'll do.
That's fairly new.
Yeah, well, that'll be this year. Yeah. Wouldn't it, Rob?
What's
I need to count that.
Stop interrupting.
What's so different about these films from other films that make them so good, Michael? What a professionalism
I'm
here.
glad you've asked, GCSE English question writer. Well, for 5 points, I will answer with what really made them good is... I'll kick off with Hush.
Yeah.
Basic premise, home invasion.
Yeah.
Writer-type woman. Lives in the woods.
Lives in the woods?
The woods. Lives in words, really. She's a writer. Yeah. And there's like a guy with the classic with a mask on who is coming in to kill her whenever he decides, kind of thing.
As men in masks.
Right, no, right, but the kicker is, so that's a bit hot. You kind of, where that movie is going.
Pretty standard stuff.
Yeah. Right. She's a deaf mute.
Right.
Totally changed the movie. Straight away, there's a vulnerability to her. Because, we in the straight community, we love a damsel in distress.
Yeah.
So, already I was like, I love this woman.
Screw feminism.
Well, she was a mute as well. Yeah. And she was dead nice, like, Skyping all her mates with sign language and stuff. It was good, really.
That is a different take on it, though. Yeah. Usually it's like, just call the police, and she can't even do that, even if she had a phone nearby, so...
she has to FaceTime him.
Just signing. What's this crazy woman doing?
Emergency.
Is that how she sounded?
No, because she's a mute.
Oh, so it's completely
So she was
gone.
just a beautiful mute person.
So she sounds like...
who couldn't hear shit, but the first time the guy comes in the house, she's just on her laptop writing, and he's just stood behind her.
That's a bit creepy.
Because she can't hear. So the fun that they had with that, because she couldn't hear.
I bet he loved it. I bet he was like, oh, finally, I don't have to sneak about. I can, have a little maracas.
Yeah. Well, the good thing was, there was clear Stephen King influences, which I enjoyed, so you get a lot of nods to being a writer, and your classic, hey up, this guy's come halfway through the movie to save her. Oh wait, no, he's dead.
Yeah.
Because that's what Stephen King always does. A la Misery, The Shining, Scatman Crothers, for example. Fucking makes his way through that blizzard. You're like, come on, Scatman Crothers, come save Danny. And then he's like, yak, you're dead.
Yeah.
Suck it. But yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed that the villain had no motivation. Because, of course, when I finished watching the movie, I went and read other people's opinions on it before validating my own. And a lot of people were like, oh, they never explained why the guy was such an asshole. You don't need to. That's horror.
That's what's
You don't
scary.
need to fucking know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hush. I mean, loved it. It's on Netflix. Yeah, really liked it. The main lass in it wrote it and directed it with her husband, which is always a good story.
Oh, so she was the main character?
Yeah, she was the main character.
Well.
She was Top Gun acting because obviously she can't speak.
So she couldn't ruin anything.
And she
with
couldn't
words.
make any sound.
Yeah, so it's like...
No, but you know, when you can only paint with certain colours, you're going to have different pictures.
Yeah, that's where the creativity comes in.
Yeah.
Limitation.
So, wonderful movie.
Any big standout pieces that you thought, oh my god, this is good? Like any moments in there where there's moments that take your breath away.
Yeah.
Without spoiling it, can you do that?
I don't know. I'll see what I can do here, Chris.
Don't spoil the horror film, but tell us the best scares.
No, it's not necessarily the best scare, but there's a bit where she gets her hand well and truly fucked up. They have like a few... It's a bit like a Die Hard movie in that sense. Like, you know, Die Hard 1, in that the villains can speak to each other, but they don't interact with each other.
Mm.
So, like, John McClane's got the walkie,
Yeah.
and he's talking to Alan Rickman.
Yeah.
But they don't meet each other, until the end. You know, that type of thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that going on. So in one of the exchanges where, you know, she tries to go to the car, or she tries to do this, and the guy's stopping him and that, she gets her hand stuck, and it gets smashed up really bad.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, the best thing about it, what made it stand out to me is they finally dealt with, because they never do this in horror films, if you lose a lot of blood, or are in shock and things like that, these things will affect you.
Yeah.
Right? In this movie, because of a loss of blood, it affects her. Her vision starts to go blurry.
Ah.
She's dizzy. She's like dehydrated. All these different things, you know.
Do you see that through like?
Yeah, you get her lens
yeah,
of like
right.
she becoming weak because of loss of blood, and because she's a writer, you get her in one scene. You get her thought process of like where she's going through all the different outcomes as if she was writing this movie.
Okay.
And then it was just really good. They dealt with a lot of stuff that you're like, good. I'm like, nice to see those questions answered. I mean, it's a short movie. It's barely 90 minutes. It's just kind of blast straight through. It's all set pretty much in a house. Yeah. You know.
Just those two as characters, is it?
Pretty much. I mean, you get a neighbour that comes round but that's about it. Yeah. Have a guess what happens to her.
Yeah. Are you okay?
Influenced by Stephen King.
Well, the poor cow is like getting knifed, knocking on the patio window, whilst Deffy McDefferson is just walking around humming.
I thought she was mute.
Yeah, and mute. And deaf. She's just,
Humming.
I know, I was just taking the piss.
I was a little bit like, what?
No, she only makes loud breathing noises, which, to be honest, are quite arousing.
Okay.
Indeed. It's like, oh, Jesus.
It's like female tennis openers when they're playing tennis. It's like, you're just knocking one out. Like, come on!
I won't go that far, unless Serena's playing.
Powerful woman.
Just fucking barks. Oosh! 15 love. Coming straight out of Compton. Anyway.
What's the next one?
The other one was The Boy. Now, with The Boy, fortunately, I went into this blind. Not knowing shit. Which is how I'd like to recommend it for most people.
Well, all films.
Failing that, here we fucking go. Right. Young American lass comes across to England, and she's supposed to be a nanny for like this, in this like Wayne Manor mansion type thing for this millionaire couple, for this little boy called Brahms.
Brahms?
Like, dude, I didn't even know it was a word.
A nice English name, Brahms.
And it was like Brahums or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brahms. Anyway, little Brahms. And then she gets there and it's a bit creepy, it's a bit weird, and then she meets like, okay. And Brahms is like a plastic doll. Like a little 7-year-old boy plastic doll.
Oh.
That the mum, like, the mum's like 16. She's like, come on, aren't you a good boy? And kissing him and all this
Oh,
shit.
my word. That's
So they're
freaking
like,
me out already.
they're like, right. She's like, right, I need the money, I'll stay and I'll do it. And they fuck off to go on holiday or something so that she'll look after Brahms. and then that's kind of the start of it. Like,
stuff starts going on, I take it.
Yeah. It's like, is it haunted? But I'm not going to reveal the great big because there's a great
I can imagine.
twisteroo.
Alright, what I'm thinking when you've said that, I'm thinking there's a boy trapped inside that doll. So, like, as in, he's, like, being hammered in, sealed into the doll.
No, that's what I thought as well.
Right, that's what
That was my initial reaction. I was like, there's going to be an actual little boy, just a corpse. Just, like, wrapped in plastic. But that was really good it was just creepy.
Yeah.
Just those two again.
Yeah, and it was one of those movies that I watched it with a friend, and all the way through, we were just asking, would you leave? You know, because the doll does some weird shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's moved its head. Or it's moved over the room. Or things like that. And all the way through, we're like, you just go, wouldn't you? You just go.
How much was she getting?
Like something like $3,000 a week in cash.
No, I wouldn't just go. I would put up with a lot of shit for that.
Do you have any idea how much MDMA you can buy with $3,000?
I'd be like putting up with like little balls being rolled, like heads being tagged.
I don't know. There's
little giggling. I'd be like,
there's a couple of bits.
$3,000.
There are a couple of bits where like there's rules. You know, like, when they leave, like, you know, you've got to do this, you've got to do this. Like, you have to listen to music with them and you have to read. Like, you've got to do these daily activities with this doll.
Otherwise,
right, and immediately she's like, alright, and Bram, see you later. Just sticks it in a room and then fucks off. And, oh god. And then it's just there, like, with the notes in a different position.
Yeah. It's like,
but
surely you just go, well, okay, this
like,
thing
leave.
is obvious. Yeah, surely you'd just be like, okay, well, this thing actually does want me to do it. Okay.
It was interesting though. It was more like Hush didn't have as many like jump scares. Hush was just like, oh my god, this is horrible, and then it just got worse and worse and worse and worse. Like, Jesus Christ, this guy won't leave her alone. Now she's bleeding. Oh, yeah, it just got worse.
Yeah.
Whereas the boy was not Paranormal Activity style, but because it was better than that type of, you know, The Conjuring. It was more sophisticated than that.
More subtle.
But it still had your token just like moments.
Yeah.
There was one or two bits where I very rarely jump, but I was happy to announce that I shat my pants. There was two bits because I fully didn't expect it. I was like, fair play, Hollywood. I did not expect that scare to come there.
Yeah.
And it got me.
Have you ever seen the Babadook?
Babadook.
Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
What did you think to that one up?
That little kid's a fucking arsehole, that's what I think.
Yeah.
The Babadook don't exist. That's your mum's depression, you little fuck.
That's what I thought.
Shut up.
I literally was like, I hope it's that. I think that'd be so cool if it was, but it was like, oh, it's the actual ghost. Is it the dad or some bullshit? Great.
Yeah.
I'm going to ruin it a little bit with that. But I thought, when he interrupts her when she's about to masturbate, and he comes running in, and she's like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake! Watching that one, man, I was a little bit awkward there, to be fair.
Oh, really? You watched Babadook, you know?
Yeah, I was like, oh, Jesus. That part, I was like, Jesus, let's fast forward this, cherubs. It was pretty shit. But I liked the idea, because me and my nan were going, here's a little bit of...
I just took that as like a little annoying bastard kid.
Yeah.
And the poor I just felt so bad for her.
Yeah.
All the way through, I just wanted to march in and just slap some discipline on that young lad and give her a good banging. It would have sorted her right out, made her a cup of tea and be like, it'll be alright, love. See you next Tuesday.
Michael's problem was...
After kickboxing.
Yeah. Just, that's how the film ends. Just you walk in, right, yeah, I'll sort you out. Babadook!
Banging would sort out a lot of these horror film dames.
Yeah.
Don't you feel bad for horror film dames?
Yeah.
They're never happy.
No.
They're always just getting shit on.
Maybe it's a comment about the unhappiness of women.
Pop away up, here we go.
Film studies. Film studies.
Fucking not.
It is mostly women in it in horror films.
Yeah, your classic white t-shirted blonde-haired lady who runs.
Runs so far away.
We're like saving them broads. You never have black women in horror films. Like Halle Berry did Gothica, and then that's about it.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about black women.
How dare you?
being brutalised, like, meh.
You're speaking for the gay community. You don't care about any women, lest we forget.
That's true.
But all those sisters out there, just know that the cook and the straight community have a special place in their heart for you ladies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but
the ambiguous community you don't know about.
Nobody fucking knows. We keep getting letters.
No. There's never. You've got a point though. Like, I'm trying to think of a black woman where she's in a horror film.
Yeah.
Black woman would beat the shit out of her.
Someone will be listening right now, screaming like, "Fucking paradise! This film." Well, I don't
comment if you know a film where there's a black lead.
There will not be any comments.
Yeah. Comment on shit that'll actually happen, man.
Bots. Anyway, that was what I watched this week. I understand you had an out-of-body experience and watched yourself.
Who are you talking to there? Be a Rob.
Oh, I apologise.
My mistake.
We are good at podcasts.
Audio only, yeah. Sorry, I'm talking to you, Christy Cree.
I did, yeah. I watched.
So, cocaine, communist, cowboy, comedian Christy Cree
watched faces of disappointment, to quote Rob, of an audience as I got on stage and told a few jokes. And not even a few, but I sort of estimate a couple of jokes. Literally 2 jokes. And even then, jokes is an exaggeration.
Your jokes has to be 3 or more.
So I went to the Comedy Store in Manchester to do a
regular haunt for the Cree.
It is. It's like a monthly thing. I mean, it's quite a big established venue. So I mean,
it's the Comedy Store, motherfuckers.
I'm always surprised by how easy it is to get in. But it's like for anybody who wants to try stand up, maybe try new.
Yeah, but you're just being brought in to give the other talented comedians confidence.
But I always because I do like it. I like the little.
You like just going on a night out?
Well, there's regular comedians who go there, so I chat with them. I like drinking. I like then doing cocaine afterwards. Yes, I do. I do treat it like a bit like a night out, but I enjoy it. I think it's quite fun.
I must admit, you must love it for that 45 seconds that you're up there before the chairs are thrown.
People are listening to me. So yeah, I went and it was it was probably because it was a bank holiday, which I didn't even take into account. It was packed. Like I got there for around 7:30. It starts at 8. There was a queue to get in, and I was like, "What the fuck?" So
did you have to queue, or did you just go?
No, I just went straight up.
Did they recognise you? Like, that's that doo-doo bombs.
I'm a performer, so the bouncer let me in, and when I found the main guy, you have to say, "I'm here to do it," and he was like, "It's Christy," and I was like, "Christy Cree, that's right." So I was like, "Yay, being recognised." I was one of bombs, probably.
Yeah, memorable for nothing.
Then I got. Well, I've got quite a distinctive look. So just passing that around, are you? Casually. I've got quite a distinctive look, so yeah, that's probably why I'm memorable. So I went to the bar, got a drink.
Because you've got a distinctive look.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck about how you look.
I'm the only one who wears a bowler hat.
Well, no, it's distinctive.
Yeah, true.
So bad.
It's distinctive in that you don't wear more than 3 t-shirts ever.
I like that you just
I dress up when I go to a comedy store.
To try and distract from your lack of jokes. I'll wear a silly hat.
I'll wear it. It's not a silly hat, it's a nice hat.
It's a silly hat.
So I went there, and all throughout the day I was umming and ahhing about my set. I was like, should I be doing... Because the way it ends...
What, you were like, Holocaust jokes on Madeleine McCann material?
Well, no, because it just gets dark, really dark towards the end. And I've done the comedy stuff for quite a while. I was like, if I just want to have like an easy laughs, have a night out, we don't really want to think too much. We don't want to be shocked. And so I was umming and ahhing. So before I went on, like the last couple of hours, I changed the sets. I was like, oh shit. I changed the last, changed the last
doom
bits. I was
for
like,
failure.
oh yeah, I was like, right, I'm going to have to change the last bits. So I was going over a new set. Went there, really hard to find a seat. Like the balconies were full.
Why weren't you just in the green room?
There's no green room.
Don't they let you in the green room?
I don't
There is a green room.
Yeah.
I don't think for us then, we get the green room then. Because it's a gong show, so it's a competition show, so anybody can do it. So like the riffraff don't get the green room. So So usually what happens is all the comedians sit on the right hand side of the stage. We all have a little comedian like cabal going over there. So
the only people laughing usually.
So we all sit together. But it was so busy that all the comedians we couldn't clump together. We're all scattered everywhere. So I had to sit next to this random woman, so I was sat there. So already I'm a little bit like, wow, this is quite daunting. There's loads of people here.
Oh no.
And then comedians start going on stage. A lot of them...
Yeah, what number did you draw?
Last.
Oh, so you were headlining.
So it was 45 seconds of headline. It was...
and our final act, making his way from across the Pennines. And then you just come on, hello!
It was literally that.
And then the compare's like, fuck, how am I going to dress this up? I've got to close the show after that.
It was literally that. So there was a lot more than usual, a lot of the acts. Usually there's around, I'd say 18, 20 at a push. It was well over 24. It was like 30.
24 people going up
29, 30 people, yeah.
Anything from 20 seconds to 5 minutes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because some dudes just go up there and go,
and
just run away.
You had so you had quite a few ones who I think it was probably their first time, and they were just really nervous, and there was shit flying everywhere, left and right. The first act, there was only one person who got through. And that was like this. I liked her shtick. She was like a woman in her 50s, 60s, and the act was that...
Was she hot?
No. And her act was that, her son should have been doing it, but he's ill. So she thought she'd give it a go, since the Samaritans let her go. So she comes on with his little joke book, and she's like reading, all he's wrote here is virginity, or all he's wrote here, at this page, is anal. So I'll talk about that. And that was like the thing. It was quite funny, it was new, I'd never seen it
It would be
before.
funny if there was a reveal at the end that the son had died, and she was just like rifling through his diaries and stuff. And just
That's really dark. But that is quite a funny twist on it.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
that he's dead, and she's like, I will live my son's life for him.
But no, it wasn't that. So she got 5 minutes. She was
In fact,
the
hold
only
that thought, I'm grabbing a pen.
She was the only one. She was the only one in the first act who got 5 minutes. Then there was in the second act.
But that's just out of respect.
Yeah. Just the kind of everybody.
It was like, she's a lady. Like,
People loved it because he was like, he told her name.
She
He was
might
like,
be mental.
He was like, "Come on, Sally." And it was just like little late, like she's like 50s, 60s, got on. And everybody was like, everybody just loved her straight away.
Yeah, yeah.
Chanting her name, Sally. Yeah, go on,
You're
Sally.
so cool.
Go on,
I
lads.
love you.
The second act had one guy who'd won it before.
Sally.
From Hull. Not me.
Yesterday, sorry. Sally.
Called Jack Gleader, who's a really good comedian. So he was up.
Gleedo.
Gleader, maybe, yeah.
I don't know. I just say the opposite to you, just to see how much faith you have in your own ability.
No, but it's
I was there, but I don't know what his pronunciation
I
was.
didn't-
Yeah, sure, it must be.
I
Gleader.
was-
Did he say like, my name's Gleedo, Jack Gleedo, or anything like that to you?
no,
I don't even know who this bloke is, by the way.
no, I'm sure it's Gleader. I just call him Paramount Jack.
So Danny Zuko, you were chatting to Danny
Yeah.
Zuko.
So he
He
was
whipped out
there.
his comb.
Long story short, he was there, and the second act was much more successful. That's basically it. Apart from me, my ending. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because you actually tried to make a recording for the Potemkast listeners out there, but it is so piss poor in quality.
Yeah.
And it just starts with...
It's not booze! Shut
Honestly, that we'd listen to it and all we had was fucking a 9-year-old girl.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not HBO
Then-
material, is
because
it?
Then there was just a pause of silence.
Do you know what I mean? It's not like,
I
break away.
Yeah. I think we heard one guy go,
Yeah, there was one guy in the
That
corner.
was me yawning, Rob.
But yeah, I realised I was sitting through all the other acts, but the acts that were getting on were doing wordplay and puns, and I was just like, this
With
audience...
a lot of blue, I found
No.
when I do those gigs that most people just talk about the dicks and getting laid and stuff, and everyone's like, "Wee."
Some really good comedians on. So like, and
Observational people, music people.
was 2 music guys.
Really?
Yeah.
Guitar
I
or
was
keyboard?
surprised. One of each.
Well, look at me go. Fucking these people are so hack.
One of each.
As opposed to me, the most original comedian who ever lived.
So there was, 2 music ones. There was some funny ones, but there was I noticed a lot of more observational wordplay comics. And I was sat there, like, I'm the last one, I'm like, they're laughing at, like, puns and wordplay. They're not gonna like my jokes about religion or, supporting
Yeah, but they're
terrorists.
barely even jokes. They're just kind of like you going, "Look at this," and then everyone goes, "Yep, we've looked at him," and you're like, "No, that's it.
Yeah.
I just want you to look at it."
Moving on. But yeah, so that was, I was like, oh, no, we're not gonna enjoy this.
See, I like how earlier you were mentioning that, I'm not sure if they're going to like darker material because the ending gets really dark. And you start with, fucking a 9-year-old.
Exactly. Well, yeah, exactly. It does get darker than that, to be fair. If you can, yeah.
I mean, what would have happened if you'd made it to minute 5? How dark did it go?
What
It just finishes with
the
you
original-
like a bukkake or something.
the original, it goes on to me discovering child porn on Twitter.
Fuck
And
me.
I've
It's on Twitter.
So yeah, it's
Well,
on
that's
Twitter.
news to me for a kickoff.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, genuinely on
You
Twitter.
shouldn't know stuff like that, and you shouldn't be talking about it in public. Or,
yeah.
or on my podcast. In fact, get out.
So that's how it went, and I thought we're not ready for this. So I'm going to change
What
it.
tipped you off?
What did I change it to? I'm trying to think what I changed it to. Oh God,
That is not a good sign to be like,
was
what
like-
did I change the child porn Twitter to? Oh no, I just remembered.
I was like, I cannot talk about child porn. I can't make jokes.
Right,
about
well, that's a
that.
start. That's positive.
Yeah.
I know what I'll do. I'll make it a little bit lighter. I'll throw in a rape joke.
Yeah, because if in doubt, what's the next taboo subject?
That is a good. To be fair, that rape joke is a pretty good joke. But
I'll be the judge of that.
But this is a thing though. It's like I don't know where I can do these jokes because I think they're hysterical. And there's obviously a crowd for that, an audience for that. But like Gong Show, Beat the Frog, and the Comedy Store is not a place when people just want to have easy
comedy
jokes.
clubs?
No, because it's a
Comedy clubs are not
It's just comedy, not for people who go to comedy clubs,
It's
man.
a completely different crowd. They're the crowd that just want to go out and just drink, and it's like a little night out for them. It's not like let's see some comedy. It's just like let's have a night out.
What do you expect?
Yeah. Have you not thought of easing them into that? Just kind of.
Please, right, for the listeners out there, quite a while ago, I wrote a bit about mirrors.
Oh my god,
It doesn't work for me. So I said to the Cree, because you're gay.
Go on, say it. Say it.
No, because you're gay.
Say the mirror
I'm
joke.
going through it, you fag.
Right.
PH. I said to the Cree, you use my mirrors bit because you're a vain, faggoty man. And that applies more to your character than my, ultimate
What was the mirror
Achilles,
joke?
godlike figure that I am.
Yeah.
And the basic gist of mirrors is the fact that when you go out on a night out, you look in the mirror before you go out and you're like, yeah, I look good. And then you go out on the night out and then somebody takes a picture of you, or a group photo or whatever. And then you see the photo the next day and you see yourself like, Jesus Christ, look at that ugly bastard. What was I doing? And that's not your fault. You're not an ugly bastard at all. It's the mirror's fault. Because when you look in the mirror, everything's backwards. When you look in a photo, everything's the way it should be. That's why people with symmetrical faces are considered beautiful. Like your Kate Mosses, your George Clooney's, whoever. So apparently they've got a symmetrical face. They're not actually beautiful because they've got a symmetrical face. It's just, when they look in the mirror, it's the same as when they have a picture. So they don't freak out like the rest of us do. So really, you're not ugly, you're all beautiful.
That's Michael Cook, self-help. Self-help guru. Positive thoughts with Michael Cook.
Yeah, but that's the gist of it.
Makes a change.
Yeah, no, but that's just so I can honey dick people into like, and then I was deported from Australia.
Yeah. So I'll start with that, and then
I would genuinely, because you get people on side, you can compliment people on how they look and how they've got dressed up for the night. Interact with the crowd.
I hate that.
Exactly. You just go up there and go, 9-year-olds.
That's one of the things I want to work on, my confidence on stage, because I'm still a little bit like doe-eyed.
If you had a good work ethic, that would breed confidence on stage. Because if you've got confidence in your work, then you have confidence on stage.
Oh, I've got confidence in my stuff. I just don't have confidence in the audience.
No, they're just excuses.
I just think, oh god, this audience is not going to like this.
Well, you're on a podcast talking to our audience about it, so
fucking book up then. Come to my fucking gigs and laugh it up.
Follow him on Twitter.
Follow me on Twitter, Crinkly Cree. Crinkly Cree.
But yeah, so that's, you watched yourself fail. That's nice.
Yeah.
And Rob, I understand you went back to the early 2000s and watched
Robot Wars.
Oh, Jesus!
Yes, no.
Did the Battleship Potemkast enter a robot? Sadly not.
No.
But we sent our top analyst down to the recordings to find out what was going on. We go live now to Robot Wars.
Hello, yes. This is from Mike's flat.
God, you're terrible at improv. Just talk.
Yep, so I went to Robot Wars. I went to see it.
With, who was the host? Craig Charles, Jeremy Clarkson?
Sadly, it was not Craig Charles. It was one of the kind of live events. It wasn't the televised one.
Oh, so it was just like a tour of the show.
Yeah, it's a tour and then
well, that sucks.
That's disappointing.
This week on Potemkast.
Yeah. No. Well, it was a really weird tour as well, because it was really geared towards children, so before the show...
Well, yes, Rob.
Yeah.
What did you expect?
Robots to fight is a very childish thing.
Well, yes, so you got...
It's a feat of engineering, Cree, you don't understand.
How many children do you know who know what petrol is? But, yeah, anyway...
Most of them, I'd imagine. Anyway.
A lot of Syrian kids, probably.
That wasn't in your set this weekend, was it?
No. No, that
Coming
was
soon!
That was a middle bit to ease them into the child porn Twitter.
Coming soon to a stage near you. Awful jokes.
But yeah, so it was very much like kind of, I can't hear you, cheer louder. And in the audience of like 200 people, I think I saw 5 kids. And yeah, everybody was...
And the rest were virgins.
Yeah, was it just the ambiguous community out in force?
Yeah, Yeah, I just invited everybody, all of them back.
All you and your Smurf people.
Yeah, just like, come all. We've got nothing
Just
else.
not it a woman or a man.
We've got nothing best.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
This is why you're a
This is
virgin.
a professional podcast. God damn it.
God damn it.
Sort it out. Carry on.
Right.
Okay, excitable, Rob.
You haven't even named a robot yet. I'm waiting for like Chaos 2, Matilda, fucking anything.
Oh,
No. We got robots like Eric.
Who the fucking hell is Eric?
Yep. Exactly.
What was his?
What was Eric's superpower?
Yeah.
He had a flipper and he got smashed pretty quickly. Like, that's the thing.
So the house robots was called Eric.
No, he wasn't a house robot. He was one of the competitors. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah, I
it's
said
like,
Chaos 2 and Matilda. I give you a competitor and a house robot.
Matilda was there. And
Legend. Fucking legend. That little rhino
and they
bitch.
also,
Chaos Stoakes, remember who that is? That's a flipper one.
Chaos
Yeah.
2, man. Champion.
With that it was a trans person, wasn't it? Do you remember his?
Was it? I always wondered what was going on.
Because I
there.
was like, I remember as a kid being like,
Yeah,
what's wrong with him?
like a ginger weird guy. It
Yeah.
was a woman, but a guy.
Yeah, it was
With
confusing.
so white a skin, he was nearly blue.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah. When they
I
used to
remember
stand in
thinking,
that
what the
booth.
hell? Yeah.
I'd love it when someone's fucking remote control would go and they'd just be stood in that booth just watching all their like 9 months of work just get destroyed. And everyone's like, kill.
Yeah.
Like, do you know how much time I've spent in my garage building that fucking thing?
the
The amount of soldered iron burns I've got.
No. The best one were the kids. Just like kind of, so how long did you and your dad take to make this? Oh,
I wasn't even born when he started.
it took 6 months and it cost £900. And how long did it last against Hypnodisc? About 6 seconds.
Was Hypnodisc there?
Sadly not. Again, the competitor robots that we had that I have ever heard of were Eric and... Oh no, Ripper.
Can you take notes
Yeah, exactly.
when you do these things? Jesus Christ.
No, well, there were some which were like from the Robot Wars live scene years after the TV show. Like Envy was one, and it was like kind of, and people were just like, "Yo, here comes Envy," and a load of people were like, "Yes, we've heard of this." I was just like, "Oh, okay, have we?"
Was Chaos Flip there? Whatever it's called.
No,
No, none of the... He's just... Were you not fucking listening? I mean,
Literally-
I know it's hard, but we do have an audience. They've got to listen to it, so we should at least have the decency.
I did zone out. I was like,
I know
is this
it's really
turning
hard
on?
to listen to, Rob, but you can't just leave me clinging on, because I can barely keep my eyes open, bro.
To be fair, I am talking about like kind of Robot Wars. Here's Eric, and here's
Well, you were like,
Envy, and
Robot
you're
Wars.
like, kind of,
Yeah, we were like, yeah, cool, and then you just said nothing that we know about.
yeah, no, exactly. That was what
Which was
watching-
exactly the experience you went through when you watched it live and paid money for it.
pretty much.
Jesus Christ.
Although the best,
Do you know how much MDMA you could have bought, Cree?
well, the best thing about it was there was this robot
end, by any
called
chance?
Gabriel, and it was just a big wooden thing with a sword stuck to it, and it acted sort of like Stinger.
A big wooden thing with a sword stuck to
Yeah,
it.
no,
and you
it
want
was
to be a
like-
writer.
But that
Look,
literally-
you're not a raconteur, are you?
That's literally what it was. It was just a barrel with a sword stuck in it, and I was just, that was Gabriel.
Yeah,
And-
this is
What is
bad.
that? Is this a robot?
Yeah,
A robot made out of wood?
yeah.
Yep.
It was 100. It was
That's
100
amazing.
kilos.
Sergeant Bash would have torched him.
Yeah, no, it was 100 kilos as well, so it was massive. But it was the thing was.
I thought
it
you
just-
remembered that part.
Well, no, it swung around wildly.
I mean, the suspension it must have had us.
Well, the thing is that it swung around wildly all the time, and you could see the back paneling of like bulletproof plastic that all of the Roboteers were standing behind and using, their remote controls. And every time this Gabriel robot just came near it was just like smack, 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 and you could just tell all the Roboteers were like, "This is how we die. We're all going to die here, and this is how we do it. We get killed by a barrel with a sword stuck into it."
That's
Right?
cool, though. Wasn't
Yeah.
It?
I'm sorry, I did what you did. I didn't hear a word of that. I just couldn't hear it. I was like, my God. There's still words coming out of his face. Are they in my language? I don't know. They're looking at me now. I'm thinking we should end the podcast.